Hey guys, FabulousBre here, and I am back with another video. And in this video, I am showcasing the perfect everyday look. Like if you're not into eyeshadows or just a bold color or whatever the case may be, if you just want to do something to where you beat your face in like a natural look every day, then definitely check this video out. And if you do like the video and if you do like this look already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to keep up with all the videos that I post on my channel, be sure to hit that notification button as well. But yeah, I am going to show you step by step, actually doing a talk through this time. Ooh, my bad. Actually doing a talk through this time on how I do my everyday face. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing this video, just continue watching for me. Okay, so I'm going to start off by drawing my eyebrows. And what I'm using to fill in my eyebrows, I am using the NYX eyebrow pencil. It doesn't really say like what kind, I guess, but it looks like this. It's a NYX eyebrow pencil, and this is in the color dark brown. And when I draw on my eyebrows, I do kind of just go all the way up to the front and fill it in, just kind of make like a rectangle-y type shape and then an arch. This is just my preference of how I like to draw on my eyebrows, because I like the kind of faded looking look. I kind of like the faded look in front of the eyebrow. So of course when I draw them, they kind of look weird or like a unibrow. So that's because that is just the process of me like angling my brows and like just getting them together, prepared for the makeup look. Then I would take the brush that's on the end of it and then pretty much go like this in the front to fade it out to where it'll still look natural. Sorry for that loud noise in the background. I had some clothes in the dryer, so it was making a lot of noise. I'm pretty much set up by the kitchen area, so please don't mind that noise. Alright, so now that I have my brows drawn on, I know it looks crazy, but yeah, I just like to go ahead and like fade them out and make them look like that. So when I do put on my foundation and then I go towards the middle of my forehead, it'll completely blend that all the way out, so don't worry. Now to kind of clean up my eyebrows, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the color Toffee, and I'm just going to just clean up the shape of my eyebrow a little. Now that I have my eyebrows concealed, I do like to go back in with like a little blending brush to kind of shade out the concealer just a little bit. And the brush that I'm using, I got this from Ulta, and this is the Ulta crease brush. It looks something like this, and I just pretty much use it to blend it out. Then I do go in the front of my eyebrow with the same brush and blend that out too a little more, just to give it that faded kind of look towards the front of the brow. Another step that I like to do before putting on my foundation, I like to go back in with that same concealer from LA Girl in the color Toffee, and I like to kind of cover up a little bit of the dark areas on my face, like under my eye a little bit. Maybe I have like some dark spots from picking at like acne and everything. So that's what I'm going to do now. I just find it really good to give you a little bit more full coverage type of look, if that's what you're looking for whenever you're doing a makeup look. This is just something that I do before putting on my foundation and everything. Now, I know you guys probably thinking like, well, why don't you use like an orange concealer to cover the dark spots? Well, let me answer that for you. I don't really like using the orange concealer. Sometimes I may use the orange concealer to kind of help camouflage some of the dark areas, but you guys, it'll just make me look really orange underneath. Like, it'll give me like that weird red undertone whenever I put on my foundation, and I just do not like that look. So that's why I just go ahead and go in with the same concealer that's kind of close to my skin tone, or maybe even just a little bit lighter, and just put it on the dark spots because it'll blend better when I put on my foundation. Now, to kind of blend it out a little bit, I am going to use a brush that's by Sephora. I've been having this brush forever, y'all, but you can definitely find it in Sephora. It's one of their brushes, and this is the Pro Airbrush Concealer brush and it is the number 57. So definitely get this brush. I really love to use this to blend out my concealer. Now, I don't really use like a beauty blender anymore. I mean, I still do, but now since I kind of went back into using my concealer brush to blend out my concealer and stuff like that when I highlight, I just love how it gives like that airbrush look versus just something just there. Like, I don't know, I can't really explain it. Now that I have everything blended out, I'm gonna go into my foundation, and this is like my go-to foundation. Like, I wear this every day with everything. But this is by Maybelline, and this is the matte poreless foundation, and I am in the color 338, which is a spicy brown, and this is kind of like one of their new colors that they kind of have on display. So I'm in between classic tan and 340. I normally wear classic tan like during the winter time and fall time, because that's when my skin tone kind of lightens just a little bit, and I find that to work pretty good, like the way it settles into my skin. But this one, I recently just came across this color and I tested it out, and I really do like the way it looks on my skin. I like how it settles in, and it just looks really natural. It blends really good. And the brush that I'm going to use to apply my foundation is by Bare Minerals. I have like a lot of random brushes, guys, because I used to work at Ulta, and they used to give you like free incentives like brushes or makeup or whatever. And this is like one of the brushes that I got, and this is the Precision Face Brush by Bare Minerals. But you can pretty much use any kind of brush with like a flat dome type of look. I feel like these kind of brushes kind of give you the best results in a natural, like, airbrushed look. And I'm gonna do the same thing like I did with blending out my concealer. I'm just going to pat this into my skin. Alright, now that we have the foundation all blended out, I am going to highlight or conceal using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I am in love with this concealer because it's so thick, and if you're looking for something that's going to give you like coverage, this is the concealer that you need to invest in. It is definitely worth every dime. And the color that I am using is in the color tan, and a little bit goes a long way from using this over time, because yeah, I picked up the wrong shade. I was supposed to get medium, but I accidentally got tan. So I noticed, like, if I just tap it on, it'll give me like a good look, but if I was to like smear it on, it would just, I would look completely like ashy. It would be horrible. Like, it's horrible. And it's so thick, and you can't even like blend it out to like make it look like any other kind of way. Like, it's just crazy. But anyways, just, you can definitely just do a couple of dots and be good. Like, a little bit goes a long way. And that's pretty much all that I do. I don't do no more than 2 or 3 dots. Like, a little bit goes a long way. And now I'm going back in with the same concealer brush by Sephora. It's in the number 57, and I'm going to do the same technique that I did at first by tapping it out to blend it out. Now to contour, I am going to use a foundation stick that's by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the color Cocoa. I really like this one because it's kind of a red undertone, and once I blend it out, it gives me more of like a warm bronze look. So yeah, that's why I like the color Cocoa. And I'm just going to go on the cheekbones, put some dots around my forehead, down my nose, and I think maybe under my chin, maybe, I don't know. So I decided not to go under my chin. Sometimes I don't like that look. It looks really weird in pictures, so yeah, we're gonna skip that part. But the brush that I'm going to use to blend out my contour around my face is by e.l.f. and this is the small stippling brush, and you can find these at Target. They're like $6, three or $6. It's pretty good. I didn't realize that my camera had went off, but I had definitely blended out my forehead the same way that you saw me blending out over here before it went off, and I did still use the same brush by e.l.f., which is the small stippling brush. And now to blend out my nose, I'm going to use a brush by Morphe. This is the M42. This is a brush by Morphe. It says M428. It's like a little small stippling brush, and I like to use that to blend out my nose. Now that I have this all blended out, just gonna go back in and kind of blend it out. To go in with my setting powder by Laura Mercier. This is the translucent powder, and I'm going to set those areas that I concealed with my concealer. And the brush that I'm using to set my concealer is also by e.l.f., and this is their blush brush, and I like to use it to pat in the setting powder. That I have everything all set, I am going to set my contour area using the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I absolutely love this palette. It's one of my favorite bronzing palettes to do when setting my contour on my face. And I'm just going to use these two colors right here. This is to set the contour that's around my cheeks, and then I'm going to use this to set my forehead and down my nose. And the brush that I'm going to use is by Real Technique, and I'm using their blush brush. I'm using another brush that's by e.l.f., and this is their contour brush. Now that I have everything all set, I don't really leave it on there too long. I like to go ahead and go in and dust it off, and I'm using a brush that's by Eco Tools, and it's just like one of their face fluffy brushes. It don't really have a name to it. I know I got them from Walgreens a long time ago. So any kind of fluffy face brush, you can definitely use it to dust off the setting powder and stuff. I do think I'm going to put like a little bit of some of this sculpting powder that's inside of the Black Radiance contour palette, and kind of shade in the crease of my eyes just to kind of give it a little bit more of a warmer look. And the brush that I'm going to use to do that is also by Morphe, and this is their E13 brush. A baked blush by Milani, and this is in the color Rose d'Oro #2. Don't know how to really pronounce it, but I think it's really pretty because it's like a soft kind of gold color, peachy gold color, and I think that'll give a really nice look to like this everyday face. Alright, and I also went in with my MAC 222 brush and used the same sculpting powder in the Black Radiance palette and shaded under my eyes as well to give it kind of a neutral, natural looking, like smoked kind of look. I just do love that kind of look. The lashes that I'm going to be wearing today, I really don't know. I've been having these pair of lashes for a minute. I'm like that type. I am that girl that will save a pair of lashes for the longest. Like, I will hold on to that pair of lashes until it start like ripping and like looking real raggedy. But if they still look decent, I would definitely hold on to that pair of lashes. And these are by Ardell, and these are the wispy lashes that I'm going to apply. And before I put on my lashes, I'm actually going to apply this mascara by Smashbox. It is the X-rated one. I really love this one because it has like those fibers in it, and it kind of elongates like your lashes. So I definitely put these on the bottom part of my lashes, and it looks like I love it. It gives them more length, and you can actually see my bottom lashes when I apply some mascara to it. Okay, now that I have my lashes applied, I'm just gonna let them sit on there and dry a little bit before I move to the next step. But in the meantime, I am going to go along the bottom of my waterline with the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting duo pencil. It's like an illuminated crayon on this end, but on this end it's kind of like a excuse me, it's like a nude kind of pencil on this side, and I like to use that along the waterline of my eye because it kind of brightens and opens my eye a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do now. We're almost done. I'm going to go in with the X-rated, not concealer, the Smashbox X-rated mascara and go along my bottom lash line. Not along my bottom. What is wrong with me? To coat my bottom lashes. Like, what is wrong with me, y'all? Alright. And I am going to put a little bit of highlighting powder on my eye, along my cheekbone, on my nose, and on my cupid's bow area. And I am going to use this Revlon. It's an old liquid gel pen by Revlon, and I'm just going to dot my mole on my chin because I like for it to be noticed, to kind of come through my makeup because it do get lost in the sauce a little bit. So yeah, we're going to enhance that a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and set it with the Mario Badescu skincare spray, and this is the facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This is a really good setting spray. For my lips, I'm actually going to go for a nude kind of lip because I do that lip all the time. That's like my go-to lip for any kind of look. So I'm going to go in with my MAC lip pencil, and it is in the color Chestnut, and I'm going to line my lips first. Okay, and then to go in the middle to kind of brighten it up a little bit, maybe to showcase a little bit of an ombre lip, I'm going to go in with the MAC Flesh Pot lipstick. And you can definitely leave it like this if you want to, but me being me, because I want more of a glossy lip, I am going to go in with the MAC lip gloss, and this is in the color Oyster Girl. And that's pretty much it for this makeup look. This is my everyday natural looking face. I know it is still a full beat face, but that is just me. Like, I can't really do anything that's like minimal. I would just have to really not be in the mood, like really not want to wear makeup, basically, for me to just only wear concealer or powder or whatever the case may be. But yeah, if you're like me, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I hope you do take these techniques that I use to do this face and apply to your own way of doing your makeup. And if you can definitely comment down below on other videos you would like to see on my channel, that'll be perfect. And yeah, since you made it to the end of this video, go ahead, check out the last video. It's pretty funny. I got knocked out, so definitely click this link right here. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit this bubble right here to subscribe to my channel. And like I always say, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.